Hey guys, Editing Devin here on my really low quality MacBook camera. I haven't used a webcam like this in a very long time, but I am dropping in to let you know that I completely forgot to film an intro for this video. It was very late on a Friday night and it was like midnight by the time I was done filming this video, so I apologize. I spaced a little bit and I was very tired while filming this. So in any event, we are going to be doing a tutorial on the look that you guys just saw in the preview, and we are going to be talking about the Colourpop Wild Nothing collection. So while I'm filming this, Colourpop has already released a second floral collection. I forget what it was called, and then they also released a Candyland collection. So they've come out with several things in the time that it's taken me to film and edit this video, but nonetheless, we're going to be talking about the Wild Nothing collection. So we're going to jump into the tutorial right now, and I hope you enjoy.
All right, let's get started. So I am going to start off here with this guy. So this is one of the new Colourpop cream shadows. This is in the shade Laurel. I bought this hoping that it would be similar to my e.l.f. putty eye primer, and I'm thinking that it probably is going to be, and I think I read on the website that this can be used as an eyeshadow base or just as an eyeshadow itself. So yeah, this right off the bat feels exactly, maybe not exactly, but it feels very similar to my e.l.f. putty eye primer that I have been using a lot, so I'm thinking I'm gonna like this. So that was a very long-winded way of saying I am going to take this on my finger and I'm going to use this to start off and prime my eyelids. And I'm just using my little Anna palette as a mirror because the Wild Nothing palette does not have a mirror in it. Okay, this feels really sticky. Like, it definitely feels stickier than my e.l.f. eye primer, so I'm gonna look up really quick to see if this actually can be used as an eyeshadow base or not, because if not, then I feel like it's gonna ruin the look and it's gonna like skew my opinion of the palette. So I'll be right back, hold on. Okay, so I'm on the Colourpop website here, and it does say under application tips for these cream eyeshadows that to wear as an eyeshadow, apply using fingertips or a large shader brush and blend into crease. And it does say to wear as an eyeshadow base, apply using fingertips or a large shader brush and apply eyeshadow directly on top. So this can be used as an eyeshadow primer. So we are going to continue as I was. And I've got to be honest, the way that this is looking on my eyelid, I am a little bit wary of it right now because it just seems like as I'm blending it out, it's separating a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, so that eyeshadow base slash cream eyeshadow definitely feels a little bit sticky, so I'm curious to see how it goes as we move on. So before I jump into the palette here, which is absolutely beautiful, it looks like this, there's this shade right here that looks matte, but it's actually got some shimmer in it. So I don't know if I want to use that to set my eyeshadow primer, but you know what? Let's try it. Okay, so I'm going to start out with this guy. It's called Crystal Cove, and we're going to see how it goes setting the primer down with that. Okay, I mean, I think it's fine. It definitely has those little flecks of glitter, so it does leave like little random pieces of glitter all over your eyelid, but that doesn't bother me. So as long as that's not something that bothers you, I mean, it's matte otherwise, so for all intents and purposes, I think it works for this, but. All right, so for the look today, obviously these tones are like really pretty muted earthy tones is kind of how I would describe this palette, and I absolutely love it. And the past couple of looks that I've done have been pretty bold, so I'm thinking I want to do something just like easy, neutral, and maybe playing around in some of these cooler tones. I don't know, I just kind of want to do something like fun, easy, maybe like more natural looking. I've got like my natural hair just kind of flapping in the breeze here, doing whatever it wants. So I'm feeling a look like that. We'll see how that goes because I always say that and then I end up doing something like super dark and dramatic and smoky, but you know, that's how it goes. So I don't know if this shade will even show up, but I'm gonna start out in the crease with this guy. It's called Top Down. And I'm using a Morphe M441, so something that's just like a little bit fluffier in the crease, and we're gonna get started with that. Yeah, so literally nothing crazy. I honestly don't even know if that'll pick up on camera, but it's just getting us started so we have something to blend over top of. Next, I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's called, what the heck does that say? Vagabond? Vagabond. I really don't even know what that means, but that's what it says. V-A-G-A-B-O-N-D. I've realized that I spell out shade names a lot when I can't figure out how to say it. And I just did it there. So anyway, I'm taking this guy right here in the corner. It's just kind of like a nice neutral matte. And I'm taking that on a smaller blending brush. This is from my BH Cosmetics Rose Quartz set. So I'm gonna start here, kind of like on the outside of my pupil, and start to work that up diagonally towards my outer corner. So I'm dragging that out to the outer corner, and then I do want to take that up into the crease a little bit because it is so light. So yeah, I'm actually gonna bring that like pretty much all the way across in the crease. And I can flip back to my first brush really quick and just diffuse that out a little bit more. Like I said, we're playing around. I want this to be pretty quick, easy, like painless, not thinking too much about technique or about it being perfect or anything like that. I want it to kind of just be like that effortless makeup look. I feel like I see Kathleen Lights do looks like this a lot, where she just kind of like blends a little bit of this, blends a little bit of that, and it comes out looking just like this perfect, effortless, like smoky, but still not too much kind of makeup look. I really like the way that she does her makeup. So that's kind of what I have envisioned in my head, but also I have no idea how this is gonna look when we're done. All right, so as you can see, we're still looking pretty light, pretty muted, like not much is going on yet. But I like to kind of use this outer corner shade as a placeholder and then come back to it. So I am going to really quick take this color Spirited. I don't know for sure if it's a Super Shock, but it looks like a Super Shock and it feels like a Super Shock. So I am going to say that that's what it is. So anyway, that's gonna be my lid shade. I am going to just get it on my finger and drag it across, tap it in, move it around. Okay, so yeah, that's a really pretty shade. Pretty glittery, honestly not as intense as I was expecting it to be. I was expecting maybe a little bit more from it, but I don't hate it. But I like it. I mean, it's a great all over the lid shade. It's a great, like, you know, one and done shade if you don't have a lot of time to do your makeup. I like it. Next, I think I want to add in some of this pink. So I'm gonna, again, just take this shade right here on my finger. This is called Alcove. And I'm gonna blend that in like here in the center. I might even go over top of the Super Shock shadow a little bit. I can try to mix the two on the lid. Okay, flipping back to the outer corner, we're gonna keep working to deepen things up just a little bit. So I am taking a Morphe E36. We're gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Come Together. And we're gonna see how this looks. So again, just kind of starting at the lash line and working in a diagonal. Honestly, that's not really giving me the depth that I want either. It's kind of just blending right into that, what was that other one? Vagabond. All right, well, let's give it one more shot. Let's move over one more. I'm just gonna take that same brush, the Morphe E36. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called No Bounds. Because even though I said I wanted this to be like a little bit more natural, I still want the depth in the outer corner that I usually like. And I'm just not getting it from those other matte shades, at least like as much as I thought that maybe I would. Yeah, see, so that color is more along the lines of what I want here. All right, and once I pack that on, I've kind of reached the part where I start to just play around a little bit. So I'm gonna take that other brush that I was using, the blending brush, and I'm just gonna start softening this up here. Blend it into the crease a little bit, like maybe dip back in. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna get more of this guy right here come together. And I'm gonna use this to blend this out and then also blend up into the crease a little bit more. Okay, before we move on, I'm gonna take a smaller, more tapered blending brush. This one's from the Beauty Crop. It's the E102 blending. And I'm gonna go back into this guy right here one more time and run it through the crease just to make sure that we're blended. I just feel like I need a little bit more of that before we move on. All right, I'm gonna put one more layer of each of these shimmers just to try to amp them up a little bit. So first back in with Spirited, and again, just like not really worrying about being neat, just tapping my finger over top. And then back into Cove one more time, that pink shade. I guess I can show you. So Spirited is what we just did, and then Cove right on my finger and right in the center here. All right, so I'm gonna leave the top lid alone for now. We're gonna clean up with a makeup wipe. All right, so as usual, you guys, I am going to pop off of camera and do the rest of my makeup, and then we will come back and talk about lips because I also have this lip oil set right here. So this is a new formula that they just came out with. It's the Colourpop Lux Lip Oil. So it's not a gloss, it's not a lipstick, it's an oil. So we are going to swatch these when we come back. So I will see you in a second. Okay, hello, we're back and we are gonna go ahead and finish up the eyes. So I definitely want to add a little bit of brow bone and inner corner highlight and then decide where I want to go from there. So I'm going to take my little tiny brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's called Coastline, and I'm going to use that in my inner corner and on the brow bone. Oh, wow. Wow. That's pigmented. Woo, I was not expecting that. Okay. That's honestly, like, that packs the punch that I was expecting the Super Shock to pack. You know what I mean? Wow, yeah, that's really nice. That's really, really nice. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna take a small little brush here and I'm gonna go into Come Together. And I'm gonna start on the outer corner here and I'm gonna bring it in about halfway, and then we'll kind of assess if we wanna bring it in the entire way, because this look is just very kind of soft and dainty and I don't wanna ruin that effect by putting too much eyeshadow on the lower lash line. So I think if we just kind of bring it, just kind of keep it on the outer corner there, I think that this will probably be enough. Yeah, I kind of like it like that. Okay, to finish up, I'm just gonna add a little bit of eyeliner and then mascara, and then I promise we'll move on to lips. So I'm just taking a brown eyeliner. This is the NYX retractable eyeliner, just in the shade brown. And again, I'm gonna stay close to the lash line and I'm just gonna stay right on the very outer corner here to start, and then see what I wanna do. Okay, so I brought that in just about halfway, and then I'm gonna take that small brush that I was just using and I'm gonna go over top just to soften that line. Yeah, I think just like that, that's fine. Just leave it like that. I like it. And then I'm just gonna take that eyeliner and lightly run it along my waterline on the lower lash line as well. Really lightly. All right, and then because it's kind of late at night, it's after midnight right now when I'm filming this and I'm about to go to bed when I'm done, I'm not gonna put lashes on. I'm just gonna do some mascara. So I'm gonna use a combo of these two. So this is the Anastasia Lash Brag, and then this is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I'm trying to use this up. This thing has lasted me since like Christmas. So anyway, we're gonna curl our eyelashes, we're gonna put some mascara on, and that's the end of the eye look. Okay, so we are finally done with the eyes. I really like it. Honestly, again, this look just feels very wearable to me. It feels easy, it feels attainable, it feels not intimidating to those of you who might watch YouTube or watch my videos and think like, oh my gosh, that's very dramatic. I would never wear that, or I could never do that. I do feel like this eye look and this palette in general lends itself, whoop, runaway mascara rolling off my desk. I do feel like this palette, this color story, the depth of this palette lends itself well to if you're somebody that doesn't like to wear a lot of makeup or doesn't like to wear a lot of dramatic colors. I feel like you would really like this palette, and hopefully you would be able to easily recreate this look. So we've talked a lot about the palette and a lot about the eyes. I do want to finish up with the lip products in this collection. So this collection came with 5 new lip products. I did buy the bundle that has all of them. Oh, look at that, it slides out very nicely. So here they all are. These are the new Lux Lip Oils. Sorry, my lighting is a mess as I'm holding these up. I know, I can see it in the viewfinder. I'm sorry, I don't have a professional setup yet. One day we'll get there. Anyway, so these look really nice. I am a gloss girl, so I love a little shine to the lips, and I am excited about these. So I really quick am gonna do some lip swatches for you guys, and then we will wrap up with our final thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into the lip swatches. All right, you guys, it is that time in the video. Here we are with the finished look. So I ended up choosing the color Skinny Dip, right? Yes, Skinny Dip in the lip oil to round off this look. I honestly think I could have worn any of these lip oils to pair with this look, but I don't know. When I tried this one on, I felt like I was feeling this the most with this eye look. So I have to say, if your makeup style is less is more, like if you are more of that au naturel kind of girl where you don't want anything super dramatic, you just want something light and dainty and pretty, I think that you're really gonna like this palette. I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know, this is not like the most dramatic or the most unique or the most revolutionary palette or anything like that. It's definitely not. But I feel like there are times when I want a dramatic smoky eye and I need those like rich, deep colors. But then there are other times where like this is totally the vibe that I want to go for. It's not too much. And this is something that I would actually be comfortable wearing out. A lot of my dramatic looks and colorful looks are fun and they're for creativity and they're just like my form of expressing art. But in terms of makeup that I would actually wear out and feel pretty in and not ridiculous in, I feel like this is a really, really great look for that. And I feel like a lot of people that I know, like a lot of girls that I know, or some of you that might be watching this video, I think that a lot of you would agree with that. So those are my thoughts on the palette. I think I was a little bit thrown off at first because I did feel like as I was blending some of the mattes, they were kind of running into each other and I couldn't necessarily differentiate like some of these lighter colors. So you're definitely not going to get any like crazy dramatic looks out of this palette. But again, I think there's a time and place for that. And I definitely think that like, if this is your vibe, there's a place for this palette in your collection. So Colourpop rarely ever disappoints me. That just is what it is, at least in terms of the eyeshadows. Even with the lip oils, you have kind of a range of colors here, but they all show up really nice and natural on the lips. So if you're somebody that likes a little bit of shine and a little bit of color, but again, you don't want it to be too much, I think these are great. They're really, really comfortable. You can definitely tell that they're different than a lip gloss. I would say that they are not as thick as a lip gloss. I actually haven't tried their lip gloss formula that comes in this bottle, so I can't speak to that, but I would say just judging by all the lip glosses that I've tried in general, you can feel that this is a little bit thinner than a lip gloss. So if you're somebody that likes a shine, but maybe you are turned off by lip gloss because a lot of lip glosses can be thick and goopy, you might like these lip oils as well. And then this cream eyeshadow, to me, this was kind of just like whatever. I felt like it went on a little bit like piecey on my eyelids, but that being said, I set it. I was able to blend my eyeshadows out on top of it, and I really like don't have any complaints about it either. So all in all, again, nothing crazy, but I would say another very pretty, very well done collection by Colourpop. I'm excited to play around with this a little bit more. The last thing that I will say is that as I'm filming this video, literally yesterday was when I got this Wild Nothing collection in the mail, and yesterday they also released yet another new collection. So I forget what it's called. It's called like In Bloom or something like that. It's a similar concept to this, but it's like very floral and it's a little bit of a bigger palette. So I did order that. That is coming, and I would like to do a comparison between the two palettes once that arrives. So keep an eye out for that coming soon. So with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you have not already subscribed to my channel and you've made it this far, please consider doing so by hitting that subscribe button down below. You can also hit the notification bell so that you never miss any uploads from me. And with that, I will catch you in my next video. Mwah. Love you. Bye.